Lethal, owned by the Pony Equine, owns this one. Will kick things off to set the pace for the other competitors in our 15,000 novice here this morning. Then we got Daniel Ticknell to be entry number 2, then Steve Smith to be in the hole. This event brought to us by Terranellum Pastoral. Thank you very much for sponsoring our $15,000 novice for 2020 here at the Cotton Country Cutting Club Spring Show. As we wish you all the best, Casey Tones, entry number 1 from Kilcoy on My Freckles Lethal, owned by the Pony Equine.
Breaker 19, this here's a rubber duck. You got a copy on me, Big Ben, come on. Yeah, 10-4, Big Ben, for sure. By golly, it's clean clear to Flagtown, come on. Yeah, it's a big 10-4 there, Big Ben. Yeah, we definitely got the front door, good buddy. Mercy sakes alive, looks like we've got us a convoy.
It was the dark of the moon on the 6th of June in a Kenworth pulling logs. Cab over Pete with a reefer on and a Jimmy hauling hogs. We is heading for Bear on I-10 about a mile out of Shaky Town. I says, Pigpen, this here's a rubber duck, and I'm about to put the hammer down. 'Cause we got a little convoy rocking through the night. Yeah, we got a little convoy, ain't you a beautiful sight? Come on, join our convoy, ain't nothing gonna get in our way. We gonna roll this trucking convoy across the USA.
Breaker, Big Ben, this here's a duck. Now, you want to back off them hogs? 10-4, about 5 miles or so. 10 Roger, them hogs is getting intense up here.
By the time we got into Tulsa town, we had 85 trucks in all. But there's a roadblock up on the Cloverleaf, and them bears was wall to wall. Yeah, them smokies as thick as bugs on a bumper. They even had a bear in the air. I says, calling all trucks, this here is the duck. We about to go a-hunting the bear. 'Cause we got a great big convoy rocking through the night. Yeah, we got a great big convoy. Ain't you a beautiful sight? Come on and join our convoy. Ain't nothing but a get in our way. We gonna roll this trucking convoy across the USA. Convoy.
You want to give me a 10-9 on that, Big Ben? Negatory, Big Ben, you're still too close. Yeah, them hogs is starting to close up my sinuses. Mercy sakes, you better back off another 10.
Well, we rolled up Interstate 44 like a rocket sled on rails. We tore up all of our swindle sheets and left them setting on the scales. By the time we hit that shy town, them bears was getting smart. They'd brought up some reinforcements from the Illinois National Guard. There's armored cars and tanks and jeeps and rigs of every size. Chicken coops was full of bears.
Thank you very much there, Casey. Entry number 1 from Kilcoy, My Freckles Lethal, owned by the Pony Equine, as we'll wait for the score to come through. Next up will be Daniel Ticknell and Steve Smith to be on deck, then Jamie Seckham to be in the hole.
Well, I could echo. It goes right through my head. It's like, I had that happen once, but chemically induced.
65 there for Casey, 6-5 on My Freckles Lethal. We're going to move to entry number 2, Daniel Ticknell from Roma on Pepta Boom Small Spin, owned by Tom Strawn nowadays. He'll be our next competitor to go. Had quite a lot of success out there at the Wild Horse Cutting at the start of September. We're looking to achieve some great success here in the Terranellum Pastoral event, sponsored event for the 15,000 novice. We've got the STM Quarter Horse Stud 3-year-old Open to follow this event. Then we've got the Northwest Rural Supplies Open event to finalise day number 1 here at the Spring Show at the Cotton Country Cutting Club event. But let's watch Daniel Ticknell, entry number 2, Pepta Boom Small Spin.
Well, your crops will burn if it don't rain soon. get what they wanted, never look back. I tear up to crying time. Me and Johnny walk the line.
Thank you very much there, Daniel. Entry number 2 from Roma, Mr. Daniel Ticknell on Pepta Boom Small Spin, owned by Tom Strawn.
Well, I grew up in one of them old
7-0 there for Daniel Ticknell. 7-0, 70 on Pepta Boom Small Spin, owned by Tom Strawn. 7-0. Next up be Steve Smith, will be entry number 3 from Gundawindi on Airtime, owned by Mrs. Maxine Ambrose, will be our next entertainment. We've got Jamie second to follow, then Steve Smith, Peter Ryan, Darren Palmer, Lincoln Grant. Also make sure you check out our exhibitors this weekend. We've got Mavericks Western Wear here with the on-road stall. Go and see Mark and Sandy today, and also Kenny Cullen's Zallery. So we've got plenty of exhibitors to check out some good and buy some products today as they're supporting this event this weekend. So we got Shot by You Coffee van, so grab your coffee from the van there today. So we get set for entry number 3 from Gundawindi, Steve Smith, Airtime, owned by Mrs. Maxine Ambrose. Also, thank you very much to Manildra Group and also Dean Jones Trailers, Northern Livestock and Property Novice Non-Pro event. That'll be tomorrow. We've got Robert and Laurie Mackay Rookie sponsored event, Mavericks Western Wear Junior and Senior Youth. Also, Letterbuck Pro Services for the juniors, Terran Allen Pastoral, SDM Quarter Horses. Also, our Manildra Inglewood Sawmill for our sawdust this weekend. Thank you very much. Also Sarah Harvey for doing our garlands this weekend. Thank you very much, Sarah. Mitchell Cameron, thank you. So we get set for entry number 3. Steve Smith from Gundawindi, Airtime. This is our first event on the program here today, and day number 1 of our Cotton Country Cutting Club event here at Gundawindi, our spring show for 2020. Got Laurie working hard over there at the office. So thank you to all the behind-scene workers for making this event possible this weekend. We know it's all trying conditions right now with the COVID-safe plans that we've got to have in place to put on these events. So it's just great to be out and about. Also, the COVID-safe, if you have not signed in, please go down and see the lovely lady. She's just down near the grandstand there below me, I believe. That's where she's moved. So go and make sure you check in and grab your armband. Let's watch entry number 3, Steve Smith, Airtime.
When I was just a very young lad, I walked up and I told my dad, a bareback rider's what I want to be. I want the whole world to know about me. In the rodeo arena I'll take my stand. I want to be known as a rodeo man. I come flying from the chute with my spurs up high, shafts and boots reaching for the sky, spurring wild with my head thrown back. You'll ask who's that? Well, that's Bareback Jack. You'll ask who's that? That's old Bareback Jack. The years of boyhood now have passed. It didn't take long, I learned the tricks real fast. Now I'm going down the road with my rodeo gear, and I hope to make the finals in just a few years. When my chance comes, I'll give it a whirl. Try to win the championship of the world. I come flying from the chute with my spurs up high, shafts and boots reaching for the sky, spurring wild with my head thrown back. jumped onto my head. I'm a laying here dying and a hurting real bad. Now I wish I'd have listened to my old dad. When he said, son, you better quit.
Thank you very much there, Steve. Entry number 3 on airtime.
Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm. Beats all you never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day they was born. Straightening the curve, yeah, climbing the hill.
Unfortunately, will be a 0 there for Steve Smith.
Someday the mountain might get 'em, but the law never will.
Next up, we'll move to Jamie Seckham's going to be next to go. That was Steve Smith on airtime, owned by Mrs. Maxine Ambrose. Entry number 4 will be Jamie Seckham. Then we've got Steve Smith again, then Peter Ryan, Darren Palmer in the order of our draw sheet. Also for the Terranellum Pastoral event here this morning, $500 added per event, plus our ad back, and then the ribbons also for this event. For our winners of the Terranellum Pastoral event, 15,000 Novice. 3 herds in this event, ladies and gentlemen, this morning here at the Gundawindi Showgrounds. Hope you're enjoying our early entertainment to the cutting industry of the 15,000 Novice event. This event affiliated with the NCHA Australia, all accumulating points for the year end. Quite a different year. They had a big weekend out at Wild Horse at the start of September. Big entries out there this weekend. Another great showing of entries supporting our weekend events. This is the spring show at the Cotton Country Cutting Club event for 2020. So we get set for entry number 4 from Albany, Mr. Jamie Seckham on Quicksilver Cat, owned by Kenya Grazing. Had a great showing out at Wild Horse. Won quite a lot of money in the jeans that weekend. Jamie Seckham, the great talent he is. Horse is always looking in top condition. As we get set to watch this man, Mr. Entry number 4 from Albany, Jamie Seckham on Quicksilver Cat, owned by Kenya Grazing.
Papa drove a truck nearly all his life. You know it drove Mama crazy being a trucker's wife. The part she couldn't handle was being alone. I guess she needed more to hold than just a telephone. Papa called Mama each and every night just to ask her how she was and if his kids were all right. Mama would wait for that call to come in, but when Daddy'd hang up, well, she was gone again. Mama was a looker, Lord, how she shined. Papa was a good one, but the jealous kind. Papa loved Mama, Mama loved me. Mama's in the graveyard, Papa's in the pen. Well, it was bound to happen one night of death. Papa came home and it was just us kids. He had a dozen roses and a bottle of wine. If he was looking too surprised, well, she was doing fine. I heard him cry for Mama up and down the hall. Then I heard a bottle break against the bedroom wall. That old diesel engine made an eerie sound when Papa fired it up and headed into town. Oh, the picture in the paper showed the scene real well. Papa's rig was buried in the local motel. The desk clerk said he saw it all real clear. He never had the brakes and he was shifting gear. Mama was a looker, Lord, how she shined. Papa was a good one, but the jealous kind. Papa loved Mama, Mama loved me. Mama's in the graveyard, Papa's in the pen.
Thank you very much, said Jamie. Entry number 4. From Albany, Jamie Seckham on Quicksilver Cat, owned by Kenya Grazing, as we'll wait for the score to come through there for Jamie. 67 there for Jamie, 6-7. So far our current leader, unofficially, 7-0, set by Daniel Ticknell on Pepta Boom Small Spin, owned by Tom Strawn. And then we've got next up will be Steve Smith's going to be next to entertain us once again. And then we've got Peter Ryan, Darren Palmer, then Lincoln Grant in the order of our draw sheet, and our Terranellum Pastoral sponsored 15,000 novice here this morning on day number 1 here at the Spring Show. Well, let's get set for Steve Smith. Cool as a Cat, owned by Miss Julie Harris. Going to be next to go to entertain us on this Friday morning here at the Gundawindi Showgrounds. Let's watch Steve Smith, entry number 5 from Gundawindi, Cool as a Cat.
Turns out my baby loves to fish. She wants to do it all the time. Early in the morning, in the middle of the night. She's hooked. Now she can't. Up in the backwoods, down in the holler. Old boy's feeling like a dog on a collar. Keeping that chain pulled tight. Waiting on Saturday night. Put on the smell good, put on Skinner. Head into town like a NASCAR winner. Cruising back and forth to the Tasty Freeze. Everywhere you look, all you see is Hillbilly Deluxe, slick pickup trucks. Big timing in a small town, stirring it up right about sundown. Black denim and chrome to the bone with a little homegrown. The country girl cuddled up. Hillbilly Deluxe. A couple cute, sweet things driving a fastback. Shoot 'em a cool smile, hoping that they smile back. Hey, baby, what's your name? Burn a little rubber when the red lights change. Here come the blue lights, here come Barney. Hot on the beer, y'all, let's move the party. Gotta go, but that's alright. Do it all again next Friday night. Hillbilly Deluxe, slick pick-em-up trucks. Big timing in a small town, stirring it up right about sundown. Black denim and chrome, to the bone with a little homegrown. Country girl cuddled up. Hillbilly Deluxe.
Thank you very much there, Steve. Entry number 5 on Cool as a Cat, owned by Miss Julie Harris. Wait for the score to come through there. Well, unofficially, a new leader, 71. A round of applause there for Steve Smith as he takes the lead, 71. Next up will be Peter Ryan, Darren Palmer, Lincoln Verrat, then Darren Palmer, Lincoln Verrat, Daniel Ticknell, Isaac Westinghouse, and Amelia Servin. In our first herd of 3 in the Terranellum Pastoral sponsored event of our $15,000 novice. Peter Ryan, entry number 6, is going to be next to entertain us. The Roma contestant on One Smooth Prince, owned by Peter Ryan. Won a little bit of money out there at the Wild Horse Cutting at the start of September. He'd like to win a little bit more money. He's also had quite a lot of success also. He's won some money down there at the NCHA Futurity in past years. Always good to catch up with Peter and these cutting weekends. The Roma contestant will be next to entertain us. Now, Terranellum Pastoral sponsored $15,000 novice. Good morning also to Billy Servin. How you doing, Bill? Looking smart there this morning there, sir. As we'll watch entry number 6 there, ladies and gentlemen. Peter Ryan, One Smooth Prince, owned by Mr. Peter Ryan.
In the kitchen till the morning light. night. If you're gonna play in Texas, you gotta have a fiddle in the band. That lead guitar is hot, but not for Louisiana man. So rosin up that bow for faded love and let's all dance. If you're gonna play in Texas, you gotta have a fiddle in the band. I remember down in Houston, we were putting on a show when a cowboy in the back stood up and yelled, "Hot Night Joe!" He said, "We love what you're doing, boys, don't get us wrong. There's just something missing in your song. If you're gonna play in Texas, you gotta have a fiddle in the band. That lead guitar is hot, but not for Louisiana man. So rosin up that bow for faded love and let's all dance. If you're gonna play in Texas, you gotta have a fiddle in the band." So we dusted off our boots and put our cowboy hats on straight. Them Texans raised the roof when Jeff opened up his case. You say y'all all want a two-step. You say you want a do-si-do. Well, here's your fiddling song before we go. If you're gonna play in Texas,
A little bit of pick-me-up there for Peter Ryan here this morning. Unfortunately, will be a 0 there on One Smooth Prince, owned by Mr. Peter Ryan. Next up be Darren Palmer, then we got Lincoln Vrat, then Darren Palmer, Lincoln Vrat once again, Daniel Ticknell, Isaac Westinghouse, and Amelia Servant. Good morning also to Nicole Vrat. I see you over there in the grandstands there, Nicole. Good morning. I've got quite the view up here, Nicole. I've even got air conditioning, Nicole, up here. I'm getting very spoiled. So we get set for Darren Palmer is going to be next to go. Entry number 7 from Boona on third wheel, owned by Mrs. Joan Robinson. Owns this one. $500 added for this event from the Terram Pastoral sponsored $15,000 novice, with also ribbons supplied for our winners here today. So we get set for Darren Palmer, a man that you get to see at the NCHA Australia National Finals each and every year. Great competitor that always loves showing great horses, and he's going to be next to entertain us in our Terram Pastoral $15,000 novice event. Entry number 7 from Boona, third wheel, owned by Mrs. Joan Robinson.
Well, the midnight headlights blind you on a rainy night. Steep grade up ahead, slow me down, making no time. But I gotta keep rolling. Those windshield wipers slapping out of tempo, keeping perfect rhythm with the song on the radio. Yeah, I gotta keep it rolling. Ooh, I'm driving my life away, looking for a better way for me. Ooh, I'm driving my life away, I'm looking for a sunny day. Well, the truck stopped cutie coming on to me, tried to talk me into a ride, said I wouldn't be sorry. Oh, but she was just a baby. Hey, waitress, pour me another cup of coffee, pop it down, jack me up, shoot me out, flying down the highway. I'm looking for the morning. Ooh, I'm driving my life away, I'm looking for a better way for me. Ooh, I'm driving my life
Thank you very much there, Darren. Entry number 7 on third wheel. Unfortunately, that'll be a 0 there for Darren Palmer on third wheel. A little bit of pick-me-up there, cutting fans. A little bit of pick-me-up there for Darren Palmer on third wheel. We've got about 6 more to go there, backyard workers. 6 more to go in our first herd of the $15,000 novice, brought to us by Terram Nellum Pastoral. Next up will be Lincoln Brat, entry number 8 from Perga, Queensland. Cats Kryptonite, owned by Marcel and Nicole Barat. Their training facility out of Perga, Queensland. Always great to see the Barat family, always out here supporting the cutting events. Now, it's been far in between each event this season, but it's great to see the Barat family here this weekend. So watch Lincoln Barat, the Cowboy Crown sponsored contestant. A great pro cutting trainer in his own right. He's going to be next to entertain us here this morning. All chasing a 71 and above for the lead so far. Steve Smith on Cool as a Cat, owned by Miss Julie Harris, is our top marking so far here this morning there, ladies and gentlemen. Also, we've got the presentation Area 5 winner. Buckle presentation will be under the shed tomorrow evening after the open snaffle bit there. Cutting fans in contestants. That'll have the presentation of Area 5 winner. Buckle presentation. But let's watch entry number 8, Lincoln Brat on Cats Kryptonite.
We're on the wheels of an angel flying away, and the sun is shining. This road keeps when I wake up in the morning light, I put on my jeans and I feel alright. I pull my blue jeans on, I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my blue jeans on, I pull my blue jeans on. It's the weekend, and I know that you're free, so pull on your jeans and come on out with me. Oh, 'cause I need to have you near me, I need to feel you close to me. I need to have you near me, I need to feel you close to me. You and me will go motorbike riding in the sun and the wind and the rain. I got money in my pocket, I got a tiger in my tank, and I'm king of the road again. I'll meet you in the usual place. You don't need a thing except your pretty face. Alright. I pull my blue jeans on, I pull my old blue jeans on. I pull my blue jeans on, I pull my old blue jeans on. Here we go, mama. Well, you and me will go motorbike riding in the sun and the wind and the rain. I got money in my pocket.
Fortunately, that'll be a 0 there for Lincoln, so a little bit of pick-me-up there, cutting fans, for entry number 8 on Cats Kryptonite, owned by the Brat family. 5 more to go there, backyard workers. 5 more to go in our first herd of 3. Next up be Darren Palmer once again, then Lincoln Brat, then Daniel Ticknell, Isaac Westinghouse, and Amelia Servan. We are competitors to wind down our first herd of the Terram Nellum Pastoral sponsored $15,000 novice. And then we'll move on to the SDM Quarter Horse Stud 3-year-old open event. That'll follow the Terram Nellum Pastoral. Then we've got the Northwest Rural Supplies open event late this afternoon. A total of 7 herds today, and day number 1 of our spring show here at the Cotton Country Cutting Club event for 2020. So we get set for Darren Palmer. Entry number 9 on High Driving Jewel, owned by Mr. Darren Palmer. Wish him all the best. Entry number 9, the Boona contestant. All chasing 71 and above for the lead in our event here this morning. But let's watch entry number 9.
Truck, gonna open up the doors and turn it up. Gonna stomp my boots in the Georgia mud. Gonna watch you make me fall in love. Get up on the hood of my daddy's tractor. Up on the toolbox, it don't matter. Down on the tailgate, girl, I can't wait to watch you do your thing. Shake it for the young bucks sitting in the honky tonks. For the rednecks rocking till the break of dawn. The DJ spinning that country song. Come on, come on, come on. Shake it for the birds, shake it for the bees. Shake it for the catfish swimming down deep in the creek. The crickets and the critters and the squirrels. Shake it to the moon, shake it for me, girl. Oh, country girl, shake it for me, girl. Shake it for me, girl. Shake it for me. Country girl, shake it for me, girl. Shake it for me, girl. Shake it for me. Somebody's sweet little farmer's child. They got it in her blood to get a little wild. Ponytail and a pretty smile. Rope me in from a country mile. So come on over here and get in my arms. Spin me around this big old barn. Tangle me up like grandma's yarn. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shake it for the young bucks sitting in the honky tonks. For the rednecks rocking till the break of dawn. For the DJ spinning that country song. Come on, come on, come on. Shake it for the birds, shake it for the bees. Shake it for the catfish swimming down deep in the creek. For the crickets and the critters and the squirrels. Shake it to the moon, shake it for me, girl. Country girl, shake it for me, girl. Shake it for me, girl. Shake it for me. Country girl, shake it for me, girl. Shake it for me, girl. Shake it for me. Guitar.
Thank you very much there, Darren. Entry number 9 from Boona, Darren Palmer and High Drive and Jewel. Unfortunately, will be a 0 there for Darren. 0 on High Drive and Jewel, owned by Darren Palmer. 4 contestants to go in our first herd. They're backyard workers. 4 more to go. We've got Lincoln Vrath, then Daniel Ticknell, then Isaac Westinghouse, and Amelia Servan will wind down our first herd of the Terram Pastoral sponsored $15,000 novice. Our first event here this morning on day number 1 of our spring show here at Gundawindi, the Cotton Country Club, Cutting Club event. Thank you very much for the club here for putting on this event this weekend. This is just day number 1 and we're watching the Terram Pastoral $15,000 novice event. As Lincoln Vrath's going to be next to go. Entry number 10 from Perga. Branch Vale Houdini, owned by the Vrath family out of Perga. Our next competitor, all chasing 71 and above for the lead. Also, if you want to tell all your friends about the live stream is available on www.justcuttin.com. Brought to us by Ray Cooper Multimedia. Thank you very much for Ray for being here. Well, let's watch entry number 10 from Perga, Lincoln Vrath on Branch Vale Houdini. Thank you very much there, Lincoln. Entry number 10 from Perga, Lincoln Barat on Branchvale Houdini, owned by the Barat family. 68 there for Lincoln, 6'8", 68 on Branchvale Houdini, owned by the Barat family out of Perga, Queensland. 3 more to go there, backyard workers. 3 more to go. We've got Daniel Ticknell, Isaac Westinghouse, and Amelia Servin on wind down our first herd of 3 in our Terram Nellum Pastoral. Also, we've got a couple of great vendors here, exhibitors here this weekend. Make sure you purchase some great products at Mavericks Western Wear. Go over and see Mark and Sandy here this morning. And also Kenny Cullen, Zattery from Wondai. Go see Kenny this morning. Say hello and buy some great products this morning on day number 1 here at the Spring Show. We get set for Daniel Ticknell, entry number 11 from Roma. 1 for the Rose, owned by Glenn Wright. Owns this one. Our next entertainment, then Isaac Westinghouse to be on deck, then Amelia Servin to be in the hole. Also, our cutters rep this weekend is Casey Tones. If you need some problems to be solved, go and see Casey. He will be our cutters rep for this weekend of our spring show. Thank you very much once again to Terram Nellum Pastoral for sponsoring this event. The $15,000 novice with ribbons and plus $500 is added to their prize pool for this event. We wish you all the best. Entry number 11, Daniel Ticknell, 1 for the Rose.
All you blood, sweat, and beer boys like me, here we go. NASCAR, your local bar, 4-wheeler rides, I'm talking battered and fried, mosquito bites, Friday night lights, mud on your truck, not giving up. I've been watching you, watching every girl in the bar, and paying no attention to the one on your arm. You're a dog. Man, she's smoking. I've seen your kind before. You think you're so cool. This country boy's gonna take you to school. Hold out your hand. No, man, I ain't joking. And hold my beer while I kiss your girlfriend, 'cause she needs a real man, and not a boy like you. Hold my beer, yeah, I'm a man on a mission. You don't see what you're missing, but I do. So here, hold my beer. Well, friend, I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to fight. If you want to later, we could take it outside. But for now, do me a favor and hold my beer while I kiss your girlfriend, 'cause she needs a real man, and not a boy like you. Hold my beer, yeah, I'm a man on a mission. You don't see what you're missing, but I do. So here, hold my beer.
Thank you very much there, Daniel. Entry number 11 from Roma, Daniel Ticknell on 1 for the Rose, owned by Glenn Wright. 68 there for Daniel Ticknell, 68. Still our current leader, 71, Steve Smith on Cool as a Cat, owned by Julie Harris. That is our top marking so far in our event here this morning. 2 more to go there, backyard workers. 2 more to go on our first herd. Isaac Westinghouse, and then we've got Amelia Servin to wind down our first herd. Thank you very much to Terram Nellum Pastoral for sponsoring our $15,000 novice event here today on day number 1 of our spring show. Also, thank you very much to STM Quarter Horses Stud for sponsoring the 3-year-old Open. That'll be the event following this $15,000 novice. And then we've got the Northwest Rural Supplies, Gundawindi Base Company for the open event late this afternoon. And entry number 12 is where we're looking at. From right here in Gundawindi, Isaac Westinghouse. Now the resident trainer at the SDM Quarter Horses. This is owned by the SDM Quarter Horses. Hellish is the name of this one. Got to see this one at quite a lot of events when Todd Graham was the resident trainer. Had quite a lot of success on this one. So the young gun Isaac Westinghouse on Hellish, owned by the SDM Quarter Horses, is next to entertain us. Entry number 12. Then Amelia Servin to follow. 71 points, still our current leader, Steve Smith on Cool as a Cat. That is our high marking so far in our $15,000 novice event. 3 herds in total, they're cutting fans and contestants in this event of our 15,000 novice. As we get set for Isaac Westinghouse, the hometown competitor here in Gundawindi. Thank you very much to the Cotton Country Cutting Club for putting on this event for our spring show here at the Gundawindi Showgrounds. Well, let's watch entry number 12, Isaac Westinghouse on Hellish.
His cows get loose and run right through the fast food parking lots. And Daddy gets calls from the mini malls when they're downwind from his homes. When his tractor backs up traffic, the reception ain't too warm. The city's growing around him, but Daddy won't sell the farm. You can't roll a rock up a hill that steep. You can't pull roots when they run that deep. He's gonna live and die in the eye of an urban storm. Daddy won't sell the farm. He worked and slaved in 68. He bought these fields and trees. He raised his corn in a big red barn and a healthy family. He learned to love the woodlands. He can't stand to do 'em harm. There's concrete all around him, but Daddy won't sell the farm. You can't roll a rock up a hill that steep. You can't pull roots when they run that deep. He's gonna live and die in the eye of an urban storm. Daddy won't sell the farm. One day he's gonna leave it all to me, and I'll start my own branch of the family tree. They'll get the message written on the roof of the barn.
Thank you very much there, Isaac. Entry number 12 from Gundawindi, Isaac Westinghouse on Hellish, owned by the SDM Quarter Horses. 67 there for Isaac, 67. One more to go there, Backyard Workers. One more to go in our first herd of 3. Will be Amelia Servin will wind down our first herd. Amelia will be chasing that 71 and above to go the lead in our Terram Nellum's Pastoral sponsored $15,000 novice event here this morning. Also thanking some of our great sponsors this weekend: SDM Quarter Horses, Northwest Rural Supplies, Manildra Group, Dean Jones Trailers, also Northern Livestock and Properties, Robert and Laurie Mackay, Mavericks Western Wear, Terram Nellum Pastoral, also Sarah Harvey, thank you, Mitchell Cameron, some of our great supporters this weekend. We get set for entry number 13 from Wandoan, Miss Amelia Servan on Tornado Alley, owned by Amelia Servan. Had a lot of success on this one, and we wish her all the best here this morning.
Somebody truck in a farmer's field, a no trespass sign, and time to kill. Nobody's gonna get hurt, so what's the big deal? Somebody truck in a farmer's field, and somebody beer sitting on ice after a long hard day. Makes it taste just right on that drop tailgate on a summer night. Somebody beer sitting on ice, and somebody girl in a red sundress with an ice cold beer pressed against her lips. In that farmer's field will make a boy miss. Somebody girl in a red sundress, and there's somebody kiss that's gonna lead to more on that drop tailgate back behind the corn. The most natural thing you ever felt before. There's somebody kiss that's gonna lead to more, and there's somebody truck in a field and a girl in a red sundress with an ice cold beer to her lips, begging for another kiss. And there's somebody, you and me, and the birds and the bees, and Lord have mercy, it's a beautiful thing, ain't nothing about it. Look, there's somebody truck, there's somebody creek around 2 a.m. After a few of those beers, you wanna dive on in. You don't need no clothes to just hang 'em on a limb. There's somebody creek around 2 a.m. And there's somebody truck in a field and a
Thank you very much there, Amelia. Entry number 13 for Wandoan, Mrs. Amelia Servan on Tornado Alley. 72, Amelia, 72. Enough to put her in the number one spot. A round of applause there for Amelia on Tornado Alley, owned by Mrs. Amelia Servan.